On the heels of a massive drop-off in the second weekend for Fantastic Four and what looks to be the third failure for Marvel at the box office in 2025, Bob Iger was very quick to say, hey, we consider Fantastic Four to be a huge success. We're so happy with its performance so far. Well, it's weird because 3 months ago, he said that exact same thing about Thunderbolts. And of course, we know Thunderbolts didn't exactly perform very well at the box office. And now, after the recent quarterly earnings report, we know that it was another failure for Disney and Marvel. Disney admits that Marvel's Thunderbolts and Pixar's Elio were flops in the latest earnings reports. And interestingly enough, look, we talk about this. Disney has some flops. They've also got some movies that hit big time, right? When you look at a horrible year last year for a lot of theatrical releases for them, but then they also had, Deadpool and Wolverine. They also had Inside Out 2 that went on to make 1.6 billion or whatever that was. But sometimes the flops are so bad you can't necessarily overcome it. For instance, Elio and Thunderbolts, total bombs for them at the box office in the last quarter. They also released Lilo and Stitch, which made $1 billion at the box office. Even that was apparently not enough to make up for some of these losses. Joining Captain America Brave New World, Disney has now confirmed that Marvel's Thunderbolts is a big bust. In its latest investor report, Disney cited Thunderbolts and Pixar's Elio as key reasons for a $20 million operating loss in its content sales / licensing division, a steep drop from the $254 million gain it reported during the same quarter last year. While Lilo and Stitch also released in the quarter and performed well at the box office, it wasn't enough to offset the losses from Thunderbolts and Elio. Things get even worse. The investor report mentioned higher film cost impairments for the quarter, which is corporate speak for admitting that at least one of the films, Thunderbolts or Elio, is expected to lose money. Disney doesn't specifically name each one. The truth is both of them. And even for a lot of these movies that they try to push to the edge of saying they were profitable, we've talked about this before. We've gone over this in detail. It used to be that when Disney made a movie like this and say it went on to make $400 million, maybe didn't quite break even at the theater, well, you still had a lot of DVD sales and stuff like that you can make up on the back end. And more importantly, they used to sell the rights. Hey, for $50 or $60 million, we'll sell you the rights to stream this on Netflix for a few years, and you can make up your money that way. Can't do that anymore. You put it on your own streaming service. So Disney puts on their bottom line that they pay themselves, that Disney pays themselves for the rights to stream their own content that they already own. It's weird how they try to juggle this around and make it work, but the reality is, very expectedly, the same thing we thought. Thunderbolts was a flop. Elio was a massive flop for them. And even when you do have occasional hits like Lilo and Stitch, sometimes that's not enough to make up for the losses of their other shit. Now, certainly Disney as a company, they got a lot more other things going on than just theatrical releases. We understand that. They've got streaming. They've got the theme parks. They bring in billions of dollars for them. So they're a little bit unlike some of these other entertainment companies. But when it comes to the box office, when it comes to these movies, and specifically when it comes to Marvel, we're hearing them say the exact same things now about Fantastic Four that they said 3 months ago about Thunderbolts, how they were so happy and a great example of where they're moving with Marvel going forward. And then 3 months later, they're forced to admit that, yeah, I guess it's another flop. What are you going to do? The same thing over and over and over again, apparently, if you're Disney Marvel.